the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Am I just supposed to know who you all are? None of you have name tags.
Oh,
Or-
we didn't put them on it.
I mean, I know who you are. I'm just.
We had a training after, so we didn't put them out.
Oh, I know who you are. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Ta-da.
Take one and pass it on, please.
The right one?
The right one.
I don't care.
Yeah,
There you go.
it really mix up your audience on the
I'm
camera
just-
by changing our names around.
Are we ready? Roll call, please.
Arnett,
I'm here.
LaFleur,
Here.
Skelton, yes. Brown,
Yes.
Kuhn.
Here.
All present.
Did everybody have a chance to read the main meeting minutes?
Yes.
Any changes, corrections?
I make a motion we accept the May 13th, 2025 meeting minutes as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay. Committee assignments, we did have the ambulance meeting where we signed the contract. I do have the contract here with me, if anybody wants to take a look at it or whatever, and then I'll just give it to the clerk to file. So that was the only meeting I had. And it was just short, most of us just came to sign the contract. So nothing's changed from the last time we talked about it. Same price and everything. Planning, did you guys have a meeting?
No, we did not.
We did not. Fire board,
No.
recreation,
We met on Thursday and primarily talking about the boardwalk, which keeps being vandalized, and but there are dangerous boards missing and guards on the side of the planking are gone, and so our person Cassandra from the village is going to be looking into getting materials from Home Depot. We talked about maybe having the student construction group, whatever they're called, that starts in September. It's kind of the county
CTE.
ETE
the building.
building group, CD group come in and maybe have those kids perhaps work on it. That's a possibility. Also a possibility that even Home Depot would have staff come and work on it. And so we're trying to look at ways to try to make the boardwalk a much safer place to be. And then see how long it takes for them to screw it up again. Because it's been screwed up many times.
It's like a constant thing.
Vandalized.
Yeah, I remember Don Beavers went down one time, somebody came and told him that the boardwalk was on fire, and he walked down with a broom and put the fire
Put it
out.
That's terrible.
So that's basically what we talked about this time was that, as I mentioned in the last month, the money's been dispersed. We have some money left, but that might go to working on that or some other project in one of the parks. We're also, Cassandra went to WSDR for the United Way has their radiothon thing
Yeah.
going. And then she's pursuing getting a basket for the fair where they have their auction barn. And so we'll be represented by that. And then there's some of us who always go to the stoplight at 6th Street and hand out donuts. Usually that's in August. So we'll have fulfilled doing at least 2 projects for the United Way.
Okay. Is that all you have to do is that a fulfillment they require?
Yeah, you have to do 2 things
Mm-hmm.
that help represent our game, expose in that way. Exposure to.
Did anybody go to the cemetery on Memorial Day? That parade or anything? I didn't either. I was there before.
No, I don't know. I didn't get my pots planted until afterwards, so.
Oh, that's okay. I did,
Ours were done.
yeah.
It looked nice when we went down there.
It was nice on Memorial Day. Yeah, that week before.
Yeah.
It was. Okay. All right, clerk.
I'm not seeing anything that needs adjusting. But we're very close to the beginning of the fiscal year. And the one that is high is, I think it was, mileage reimbursement, but I did some traveling.
Oh, the other one is the building expense, and that would be the sign.
Yes.
I probably should make sure that's included in our insurance, that first sign,
Yes, we should.
because ours, we collected on ours a couple times. Any comments? Questions? Okay.
Payment of the bills. The two biggies was the fire, the, May fire bill. And
That's just 1 month.
life care ambulance.
Life care is
For
big.
a quarter.
That's a quarter, yeah.
Okay, so we're at 24,000. And so that was for May, so they're kinda caught up with their billing.
They are.
Yeah, that would be
Good. Okay, is there a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $22,037?
So moved.
All in, are we doing roll call, or are we all in favor?
All in favor normally.
That's what I thought, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed, bills paid.
It's a roll call if we would have had to change.
Right, the
This one.
budget.
What was the change on that? 22,037, what?
$22,000, $22,037.38. Okay. What else you got, Marcia?
What else do I have? On May 28th and 29th, I went to a training in Plainwell. It was, mostly for election. They told us that probably we will be having to buy new election equipment for the year 2027 for the 2028 presidential election.
What do we do with our old equipment?
Whatever we want, probably.
I can't remember what we did the last time when we,
I think you turn it in.
you might probably turn it in or something, I can't remember.
And I also have 19 hours of e-learning center portals to do to keep my certification.
Oh, gosh. 19 hours. Is
Yes.
that for the whole year? Don't know.
Don't know.
Well, that's not even an election year, really.
Well, it's just, they're going to learn this,
Yeah.
and they're expecting
That
you
they're
to
gonna
learn it and
change
keep it,
all
and
before
then they'll
next
change
year.
it for you.
Yeah.
And the new county clerk wants to have a monthly clerks meeting in Centerville. The
We used-
last Thursday
Of each month?
of each month. I did not make it to the last one because I was On my way home in Plymouth, coming home from Plymouth.
Well, they'll send out minutes to you probably.
Yeah, they've already done that.
So, new equipment needed for next presidential year?
Probably in year 2027 for setup. Yes.
So you think you're all right for the midterm?
As far as I know, I'm okay for the midterm. One way to cut costs would maybe go to one precinct instead of two. But cause if you have under 5,000
Right.
registered voters, you can do one precinct. Last I looked, we had 5,000 in one,
We have 5,001?
between the village and the
Township.
township. Registered right now.
So it's less than 5,000, I'm sorry, one more time.
5,000 in one.
You have 5,001 and we can go to one precinct if we have.
4,999.
Okay, two over.
Yeah, but
Okay.
do we wanna do
So-
that and then have to split again?
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to see, the state is doing a lot of roll-off on the registered voters that have been on there for 105 years and stuff like that.
And they have
So-
5 years to get them off, is that, if I
That's
remember
correct.
correctly, you can.
And a lot of them have been on the roll-off for 2 to 3 years.
It hasn't been done.
And so they haven't rolled off yet,
Mhm.
but by 2027 they may
They
have.
may hold
So we'll just wait and see.
So it's a wait and see.
Okay.
How long did we have the last pieces of equipment? How old are those?
11 years, I think they
Was
said,
It's been that long?
10 or 11.
Okay.
I think in 2027 it'll be 11.
Well, I suppose that thing could have been around, the AccuVote with a handicapped one, what that sucker's called.
Do we actually own them, or do we pay the state for them, or the company for them, or? Like, a lease?
I believe they were purchased from Dominion.
Dominion,
We own them.
I think we own them.
We do.
There
And
was
the-
another time when
yeah.
there was a grant that we all got them because there was a grant that gave them to every
Well,
township, but
that
then I think
came-
the next time we had to pay for them.
The vet came on a 50% grant,
Okay.
is what we were told.
Okay.
I don't know, I wasn't
Too long
here.
ago for me.
I
I thought I had a lot going on, you got a whole lot more going on. Every time you turn around, they're blowing you out of the water.
And the vat, I do not know if that's gonna have to be replaced or not. But the vat,
Debbie's
10 years
voter
ago.
assist terminal.
that has been used 4 times.
I know. Well, we'll have to see in early 2027, they should be able to tell you.
I know
Right.
there was one township that their AccuVote screwed up and everybody had to use the VAT. And they got them through.
Oh my goodness.
They used it.
If they're gonna do the VAT, I would prefer it just be the VAT. It would save a lot of money statewide, because it prints out the ballot for you.
After you
Instead of
vote it?
Yes, and then you just put
Well,
it through the
you
tabulator.
tap it on the machine and it rolls out this piece of paper that's got a
It's
QR
just a
code
regular
on it or
piece of-
something, and the QR
It's just
code
got a
goes
piece
through
of
the.
paper, well, it will now list everybody
No, it's
you
listed
voted
everybody now?
for.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's readable.
Yeah, but it's one at a time, right? You don't have 5.
But that is $12,000 and
How much is the tabulator?
well, we'd still have to have the tabulator, cause you have to run that ballot through the tabulator.
Yeah, you still have to have
Tabulators
tabulator. You have to,
are around 10 grand each.
seems like
what
it'd be
I
slower
understand.
overall.
So we would wanna budget for that in
Well, that's what I was wondering
2026.
next year,
If we have to
like
buy
in
it.
February, we probably should know.
Well, there's gonna be more training. I think there's a 2-day training, most likely in October.
And the question is there gonna be a grant available available that we only pay for half of it or none of it? Or is
We-
somebody gonna,
We won't know till,
and you will know till,
Yeah, we should budget
And
for it,
that's-
and if we get a grant, that's
Well,
about
we'll
it.
see
and
what
that's not
happens
going
before
to
But yeah,
be decided until after the midterms and a new governor.
it'll be the
and
last minute. But I suppose we could still pack the budget with
Yep.
some money and
we'll just
move it if
put
we
it
have to.
in there. Okay.
Such fun.
Did they
Okay.
say why the tabulators, why they have to be changed? Why they can't use them?
My understanding is they're supposed to change them every 10 to 12 years.
Okay,
That was discussed at the,
I was just curious.
Okay. Anything else?
no.
Okay. That's enough. Treasurer's report.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say other than things are still rolling in preparation for the new tax season, which starts July 1st. Kevin did, get the warrants and stuff turned in for the township, so that's part of that process. The message was all approved, so yeah, just waiting on the, she will send me the tax roll, and, I look through a few of them, and then I'll go and look at this. Well, there's no special assessments in the summer, but anyway, she'll send that to me, and then, now that she has the warrants, she'll send me the tax roll, and I'll approve it, and they'll start printing.
Okay. That's it. Okay. I just have a couple things. We need to set the public hearing for July for our, millage for the fire and ambulance. We need to set that. We have to have a public hearing, and then we have to set the amount that we want. And so I thought during the meeting in July that we could do that.
Sure.
Yep, you could
So
set
we'll
it.
I get to set it. So we'll set it
It's gonna be July
7:03.
8th.
7:03.
July 8th.
July 8th is the day
Mm-hmm.
at 7:03.
That gives us time to call to order on pledge of allegiance and roll.
And then, we did look into having our water fixed, and the guy gave me an estimate of $1,740 to put something on both sinks.
So you can drink. So you can drink it?
Yeah, but we're not doing it. We can buy one at Menards for $300
Oh, okay.
and put under the, just some.
Purifier under the sinks?
Yeah, because that's all we need. Who's gonna drink out of the bathroom sink? I wouldn't think
We'll just put a
anybody.
little sign up that says
Yeah,
not,
do not drink,
not
this is the only
potable.
water, or
Mm-hmm.
something, but I just think we should do, so we're gonna look into it a little more. We're not gonna spend that kind of money on it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. What was the other thing? I can't remember. I don't think, there's nothing that's really, like I said, I just don't have a lot going on. So, I think it was something else. No, I'm done. That's all I got. When it comes to me, I'll tell you. Okay, we're down to audience participation. Questions?
Can I get the information about the millage and how much it was and all of that?
Yeah, you can have it when we have the public hearing,
Okay.
we'll decide then, and then we'll give it to you,
Do
yeah.
you have the past? Like what it was in the past?
Yeah, it was 3/4 of a mil.
And that's for the fire and emergency.
Fire and ambulance.
Ambulance.
All I have to report is that today's executive meeting, we talked about, we're one step closer to getting our meetings live streamed and recorded and made available to the public. I think it's on the agenda for next week. So
Where are we on the
I
part?
might put you out of business for the county, but I think they're gonna have 3 cameras for the board and then 1 for the podium.
Where are we with the parks?
Same place we were before the.
We haven't done
bef-
anything, it's still,
No, same place we were before the last meeting. Nowhere, because it wasn't ever an issue. It was, it was a very long meeting. Yeah. A lot of people talked, over 20,
yeah, I listened to
24
it.
people, so on. But like I said, the county commissioners are not gonna sell the county parks. It's just a dead issue.
Okay.
So
I
that,
still need to check.
Yeah,
I didn't watch one.
that will never happen.
I'd say that meeting still wasn't the longest county meeting.
Right, it still wasn't the longest, but it was unnecessary because
Okay. Yeah, I
it
get
was
it.
just unnecessary.
Okay, Doug's not here. You know what that means?
You're
Do we
adjourned.
hit adjournment?
20
No, I think
minutes.
last time was 7:18.
7:20?
All right.
We're adjourning. That's it.
Adjourned.